So we hit the Skins every morning at 7 o'clock, and this morning we were talking about the quarterback situation because Ron Rivera made some comments about Dwayne Haskins, and he claims that they're not done with Dwayne Haskins. He says all the right things, that he still has time to develop.
He still has a chance, blah, blah, blah. He might still play.
But
I'm so sure.
We know that's not the case.
Right.
And so we were
Well, he
wondering.
still might play, though, once the season's over.
Right. But we were wondering, regardless of what happens this season, whether they make the playoffs or come short of the playoffs, whether Kyle Allen plays throughout the rest of the season or Alex Smith gets some duty or even Dwayne Haskins, they're probably going to look for another quarterback, right? But if they're not in position to draft Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence or even Trey Lance, and they look to the veteran market, who intrigues you? If you want to chime in, 800-636-1067. So EB threw out Sam Darnold's name. I don't know that he's actually going to be available via free agency.
I just figure they're going to want to move on from him if they bring in Lawrence.
If you look at names that are free agents to be in 2021, in terms of guys who have played this year and started games this year, Mitchell Trubisky, Andy Dalton, Dak Prescott, of course, was franchised, and he'll be back. Phillip Rivers will be free.
I got one for you. I
just want to go through the list. Cam Newton, Jameis Winston.
Yeah, that's the guy.
And I think that's about it in terms of the guys that are big names. I mean, the rest of the guys are guys you really wouldn't consider, Colt McCoy, Geno Smith, C.J. Beathard, that type of guy. So you've got, in terms of big names, Jameis is there. Cakes' guy, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
There's another guy on there who had a chance to start, but it's some crazy circumstances put him to the bench. Tyrod Taylor.
You're intrigued by him. You're a Tyrod Taylor guy.
I'm always kind of intrigued by him. I know that he's limited, but I just think that's the kind of guy that Rivera, like he's mobile, like that staff might be intrigued by. I'm not saying he's going to sign here or he's going to wind up here, but
I can't believe some of these guys are still in the league. Like, I truly can't believe it.
Matt Schaub is still in the league. That stuns me.
I know. I mean, there are so many here. C.J. Beathard is still in the league.
Yeah.
Nathan Peterman is still in the league.
That is shocking.
Matt Barkley is. I mean, are we sure this list?
I don't know if they're still in the league.
Matt Barkley's still in the league.
Team.
Okay. I know that
Matt Buffalo.
Gotcha.
Barkley lock. He's in the league.
Yeah, I mean, this is just. It's unbelievable to me. Some of these
it just shows you what sort of shelf life you can have and career you can have if you have any sort of quarterback talent. You can just hang around.
Job. It's the hardest job of professional sports.
See,
I'm
personally,
convinced of it.
I'd rather them draft the best quarterback available, as long as it's reasonable. I mean, I wouldn't reach for somebody that's a third-round talent and draft him in the first round, but let's say somehow Washington strings a couple wins together and they end up with the 12th pick.
I think that move's called the Haskins, JP.
Right.
Take a third or fourth round talent and pick him at 15 overall.
But if they have the 12th pick and the top three guys are gone, and when we had Brady Quinn on earlier in the show, he said, look, there's Trevor Lawrence and then there's the rest of the guys, right? So he kind of had tears.
I'm going
He was
to
like,
Zach
there's Trevor
Wilson
Lawrence.
highlights.
Then he was like, there's Fields and Lance. You know what? Haven't seen him throw one pass, but Drab is so high on Zach Wilson. Maybe
I'm looking at him now. I got to look at him now.
Well, highlights are always going to look good.
Well, but you can still kind of see what he's got. Is he mobile? Is he?
He can definitely move.
Drab's not on Zach Wilson. I am. I am the Zach Wilson ringleader. His name was never mentioned on this show until me.
Okay. You're the tip of the spear here, Valdez.
I just want to look
him
at
before
him.
Jason.
Yep.
Okay.
He did. He should play that me sound effect, though.
Yeah, he definitely should. He has that. I don't.
800-636-1067. Want to hear from you on the AAA Always On Call listener lines. I want to hear from Washington fans. What do you want to see happen? See, I will tell you, it's hard to be in this camp, but prior to the last couple of games, I've been a Cam Newton guy. Now, it hasn't worked out the last couple of games. But I was always open to bringing Cam here. And, the rap on Cam, and it's undeniable, is that, he doesn't handle the press well. He's actually doing a little bit better. I think he's been open. The problem is his play has been poor. He started off the season, I thought, playing fairly well. And I think he was having actually a pretty good game this week until the fumble at the end.
As poor as he's been, I think he's still on pace to score like 15 rushing touchdowns. Now, you'd like to see the passing improve, but, he's still a guy that's going to go out if he's healthy enough and he's going to give you that rushing floor every week. But you need to sprinkle in some passing with it too, and we'll see how he does with that the rest of the season.
The Jameis thing is intriguing, EB, but it's just so many interceptions. I mean, how many pick sixes did he have last year?
But he's productive too, though.
I mean, he's just going to lose games for you. So,
and I've watched 2 highlights so far of Zach Wilson.
I'm still on Team Jameis. Out of all these options, I still want to give the guy another shot.
I like
He's
him.
so talented. Number 1 overall pick. He's like 25, 26.
No, he's got to be like 28, right?
No, he's like 26, I
Are
think.
you sure? No way.
Maybe I'm wrong.
dude,
Maybe I'm wrong.
Trubisky's 26. So when's
I'll look it up,
gotta be
Ricky.
28.
He's 26. Look at
You're
Drab all
kidding.
Thank
over
you.
it. Drab scout, a talent scout over there.
we're
Knows
sleeping on the guy
ages
that
and
once
everything.
We're
Yeah.
sleeping on the guy that once hosted Dual Threat.
That was
college
prime
football
dual threat
podcast.
time when
That-
Jameis was winning national championships.
That is true. It's a very good point.
All right, here's my evaluation of Wilson. I've just
You've
watched
watched 30 seconds of him.
Yeah, but I'm just going to give you what my quick
Okay,
read
your
is.
snap judgment.
Yeah, my quick read is
All
so
right.
everything's out of
Combine numbers.
Hold on. What did you do? Did you YouTube some highlights or what?
Well, what else am I going to do?
I'm
break
just
down game film.
No, I'm just asking. Like,
No,
if
here's
there was
what
a
I see.
compilation that you watched or something.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So here's what I see. So everything's out of a shotgun. I question if his footwork's any good, honestly. But he's an athlete, and he's definitely got a big arm. There's no doubt. But I always worry when guys like their footwork is dicey. But he's got a big arm, and he can run like hell. So I don't know. Everything's out of a shotgun. though.
What do you mean his footwork is dicey?
Well, you could just see it's not. It's just kind of moving around. It's not precise. But maybe that's kind of the nature of a shotgun.
Do they have him doing that drill where he's lifting his feet and putting them down between the ropes, whatever that
No, I
drill
haven't
is?
seen that.
Need to see if he can do that. Can he pull it off?
Yeah. See, when you come out of the shotgun like that, you don't have the silly drops down usually. The 3-step, 5-step drop, and he throws off. He throws like his feet are just random, but he's an athlete. You could tell.
This may be a dumb question. Why do offensive coordinators ever have quarterbacks come under center anymore? Why isn't everybody doing shotgun
know.
every single snap?
Play
When I-
action. Why?
when
because
I
Maybe
see-
it limits your running game stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
it's better for play action.
Again,
from the center.
I am approaching this as a complete imbecile. I have not known. If I were the OC, if it were your boy Cakes, shotgun every freaking
Well, that's
play.
what Zach Wilson
every
does.
play.
Hey, let me
I'm
make
spreading
this
them
clear.
out, baby.
I'm not a Trubisky believer, but I just want to point out in his career, okay, after his rookie season where he didn't play a full complement of games, 24 touchdowns, 12 picks sophomore year. Last year, 17 touchdowns, 10 picks. This year was at 6 touchdowns, 3 picks, and got pulled really early. And we know he's athletic. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but Trubisky in the right offense, right situation, and I don't know if it would be Washington, could have a Tannehill-like resurgence.
You know what? Here's what I'm going to compare Mitch Trubisky to, okay? Hydroxychloroquine. Hydroxychloroquine works, but it's been tainted. People don't like the name. It's been politicized, okay? Mitch Trubisky's name is poison. People don't like the name.
I was going to say it's vanilla ice cream. It's just like
I think it's. I actually think my analogy is perfect.
Some people actually enjoy vanilla ice cream. I don't think many people enjoy Mitch Trubisky.
Mitch Trubisky's name is toxic. You can't even use it.
I can't believe that analogy just happened.
Hey, that was a great analogy.
I don't know anything about hydro, whatever. So I can't really
Where did
speak.
that
Trust
come
me,
from?
I do.
Oh
Trust
my
me,
God.
it's a great analogy. It's a great analogy. Like he might be good.
a lot of people
but
would say
people
it
don't
didn't
like
work.
the name. Well,
like
they're
1,000
just
people in the country died from COVID yesterday.
well because
over
they're not
1,000.
they should be treating people earlier. And some people are just going to die.
Did you,
And 1,000 people didn't die yesterday. You got to learn the difference between
Oh,
day to
okay,
death
whatever.
and when they actually
Okay,
die.
well, you can just look at the accumulation over time.
Did you duck go analogies for Mitch Trubisky?
No, I honestly it's one of my best ones ever.
And so what is
one of my best
Jameis?
ever.
Maybe.
What is
Come on.
Jameis
Jameis?
then?
I don't know.
Jameis is like something that could cure you and
Trubisky's-
kill you at once.
Trubisky's name is just worse than, like, it's just more toxic. Like, when you think of Mitch Trubisky, you just think of the worst quarterback ever. You just do. His name. Don't you agree?
You know who's been worse for the most part? Nick Foles. Trubisky's numbers are better than Nick Foles' stupid
it's
numbers.
so weird that Nick Foles was so good
I mean,
when
Foles,
he was.
He came in the Atlanta game and he saved the Bears, and he had a really good half of football, or maybe a little more than a half. But since then, he's gone off a cliff, and that Bears offense they've followed him. They've been bad.
Let's go to the phones. 800-636-1067. What would you do if you're Washington, you're not able to get one of the top rookies, Kyle Allen doesn't work out, or maybe you just want to stick with Kyle Allen? Who's up?
All right, let's go to Fred, line 3. Fred, what's up, buddy? You're on with the Junks.
Good morning, fellas. Look, I'm a roll the dice here. We're in the development stages. Let's work out Kyle Allen for a year or two and keep Dwayne Haskins, start him in year 3, and we got our quarterback. We don't need Jimmy G coming in. We don't need Trubisky. We don't need a Donovan McNabb 2.0 like we did years ago. Let's just keep our guys in-house, work with them, and get our team going.
Now, your plan may have worked in 1980, but in 2020, the guys aren't given 3-year apprenticeships in the NFL. They're just not, especially when you're picked in the first round.
They will if you show enough flashes. His problem is it's really hard to point to many flashes. In fact, I'm having a hard time thinking of any, like, what is your...
You had nice individual throws like this year. You had a nice deep ball to Terry McLaurin in the game. He had a couple nice touchdown passes. It's just he doesn't do it consistently.
Yeah, but those aren't eye poppers. Like you said after the games, those are throws that everybody makes. So give me the ones that are special.
People do love to go back to, well, remember those 7 quarters he played at the end of 2019.
Well, I was hanging on
really
that too.
Great.
I was hanging on that too, but it was just, good. It wasn't anything special.
Yeah. No, he's never even had 1 3-touchdown game yet.
Yeah.
I mean, look what Justin Herbert has been doing just right out the bat.
All right, let's go to line 1. Sean in D.C. Sean, what's up?
What's up, man? Y'all might think I'm crazy, but I don't know their situation. But I would say bring RG3 back, man, and see what we can do.
That's the wackiest thing I've heard.
He is
maybe in 6 months.
You got to get outside the box sometime. I would go with trying to Kaepernick. Like, bring him in, man. I mean, what we got to lose? Think about it. We haven't
a lot
had
of games.
A level of excitement. Yes, but we haven't had a level of excitement since RG3 has played as far as dominating the division. You know what I'm saying? The level of excitement that was here. And if you look at his
But don't you remember years 2, 3, and 4 with RG3? You're absolutely correct. 2012 was unbelievable.
Magic.
The town was on fire. RG3 won Rookie of the Year and deserved it.
He's only remembering that year.
But 2013, 2014, 2015, all a disappointment. And in the limited play he's had in Baltimore, it hasn't been great.
Great. Hasn't even been good. Trust me, it's been very, very limited.
Yes.
All right, let's go to Tim in College Park. Tim, what's up, buddy?
Good morning, Junks. Thanks for taking my call this morning.
Yep.
Hey, outside with JT, I think they need to draft somebody. And I just wanted to pose it like this. Do you guys think that even Mark Rippon, Doug Williams, and don't forget what Doug did at Tampa Bay, or even Joe Theismann could win consistently with what Washington has right now? I think they need to draft a quarterback and draft some talent around them. That way, even an average quarterback can succeed in the NFL as opposed to a stud.
Well, those guys just played in such a different era where, the running game was paramount, and that's the way the whole team was built. I mean, that's just not the way that the game is played.
But his question was, would they succeed with the current Washington Redskins or Washington football team roster? They probably wouldn't win a ton of games, but I think they would win a little bit more than what they have. If you just went through the schedule this year, maybe they win the Cleveland game. If Joe Theismann's the quarterback, maybe they're even 4-3 with Joe Theismann a quarterback versus 2-5. But you're right, the roster is limited. They don't have a great tight end. They've got one really good receiver.
All right, let's go to Darnell, Hampton Roads. Are you ready for this one? Fasten your seatbelts. Darnell.
Hey, how y'all doing this morning?
What's up, Darnell?
Hey, buddy.
All right. Hey, I was just listening to one of your callers, and he said a name, but he didn't expand on it. Colin Kaepernick.
Are we in 2013? What year is this? Is this 2013? Did we do a time warp and go back in time? RG3 and Kaepernick?
Listen, Cap deserves to be in the league, but you got to be honest with yourself. He doesn't want to play. He wants to play and make $25 million or whatever, like he was playing at his peak. And the poor guy, for whatever reason, hasn't been in the league for years. He's been blackballed, no question. But he hadn't played in years. So if he wanted to play and come in here and compete for a job, sure. But he's asking for so much money, no one's going to give it to him.
He's been out of the league since 2016.
He's been out of the league. It's going to be going on 5 years.
And he lost.
So,
he really wasn't a starter after 2014 on a consistent basis.
Yeah,
so
I mean, he really struggled towards the end.
That's the last time he played 16 games, 2014.
Does he deserve to be in the league? 100%. He's better than Matt Barkley, Brett Hundley, Matt Schaub, Tim Boyle, Mike Glennon, Tyrod, Sean Mannion, Brian. He's better than all those guys. But they're all backups, and none of them make what he's demanding. It's just not a real thing. If he wanted to play, he'd have to suck it up and come in and play for the minimum and prove it, and then earn a big contract.
All right,
he doesn't appear to want to go that route.
I just checked. It is 2020, right?
It is, yes.
I mean, what the hell? RG3 and Kaepernick?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? We'll take more of your calls next at 800.
Are we sure we
looking for a starter?
Do we
I'm
really
looking for a starter?
Yeah, what do you want to see happen with the Washington football team next year at quarterback, assuming they're not able to draft somebody? Maybe you're saying they draft somebody. What if they can't draft somebody? What if they have the 10th pick and the top 4 quarterbacks are all gone? You don't just shoehorn somebody. That is what happened with Dwayne Haskins, clearly.